certified by Weather8 for the most accurate forecast in the Ozarks.
Oh, yesterday was so nice with temperatures well into the 50s, and then here came that Arctic front, made its way through. Temperatures dropped. We're now down to 21 degrees, and looking at roadways here at the square, there's a little bit of a light glaze out there. It's not much, but it doesn't take much to cause problems for motorists. Take a look at the temperature trends throughout the day. Again, that Arctic air mass building in after midnight last night, 27 at 7 o'clock. By noon, we were already finding temperatures in the mid-20s. From there, temperatures have continued to drop now into the low 20s, and it looks like we're going to go into the teens for overnight lows. Now, getting back to radar, this doesn't look like much, but there is a fine freezing mist across a lot of the area with a few very fine sleet pellets also mixing in at times. Here's our setup. We've got that frontal boundary, which has now made its way south into southern Arkansas, stretches across Memphis into western Kentucky, and we have the shallow Arctic air mass, which is built in behind that front. At the same time, we're going to have a series of upper level disturbances. These little upper level storms are going to help to trigger waves of precipitation. And because of the shallow nature of this cold air mass that's built in, we're going to find not snow, we're going to find more of a wintry mix of freezing drizzle, maybe at times mixing with some sleet. And I think eventually we're going to have some snow in there, probably more likely on the northern edge of where we find the precipitation, but we're going to see it. We've got multiple waves of wintry weather which will impact the area through Tuesday. Right now, this is what it looks like in terms of our winter weather advisories. We have a winter weather advisory from Illinois across much of Missouri into Oklahoma. And then south from there, you get into Texas, where we have a winter storm watch. Now, the winter weather advisory locally, that runs through mid-morning on Monday. But I would not be surprised, given the scenario that we're looking at, if we don't see that advisory get extended beyond mid-morning on Monday to continue through Tuesday, as we are going to continue to find additional waves of wintry weather. Here's a look at our forecast. Overnight tonight, again, looks like mainly a freezing mist throughout the night. I think tomorrow, late morning into the afternoon, a more substantial wave of wintry weather will move through to the south. More of a mix of light freezing rain and sleet. On the northern edge of that, though, we could find mainly some light snow. That wave will move out. Looks like tomorrow night will be cloudy, cold, and quiet. And then on Tuesday, we'll see another wave come in from the southwest and spread across the area during the day. And again, areas to the south will tend to have more of a messy mix of freezing rain and sleet, while areas to the north will tend to have mainly snow. As far as ice accumulations, this is not what I would call an ice storm. It really doesn't meet that definition, but we could have some ice accumulations, maybe topping 1/4 of an inch here in northern Arkansas into southeast Missouri. I think the further north you get, the less ice that we're going to find, but still a very light glaze on area roads, bridges, and parking lots. And as far as snowfall, this one's a little trickier to pin down. I think with the waves of wintry weather, when all is said and done, there's probably going to be a fairly broad area of southern Missouri, maybe into northernmost Arkansas, that sees some snow, less than an inch, but there could be some stripes in there where we see amounts maybe topping 1 inch. So we've got icy weather to deal with through Tuesday, at least at times, waves of wintry weather. I think the main concern out of this winter weather event is going to be slick roads, especially at night into the morning hours. Then the roads will probably get a little better in the afternoon, and then they'll worsen again once we get to sunset and beyond sunset Monday night. Temperatures will remain well below freezing over the next couple of days, and we will not thaw out until Wednesday. So what do those temperatures look like? Well, tonight looks like a low of 16. Tomorrow, high of only 23 degrees, and then dipping back into the teens tomorrow night with afternoon highs again in the 20s on Tuesday. But Wednesday, we're looking at highs in the upper 30s. And I think once we get to Thursday and Friday, temperatures will be climbing into the 40s with 50s on the way for the upcoming weekend.
So tomorrow morning for the morning commute, it could be dicey.
I think it will be slick in spots. I slid a little bit on one of the bridges here in town, and I think that's probably where we're going to have the greatest concern is on area bridges. But I would guess, you're going to have slick spots on the roads and also on the parking lot. So not only just driving to work, but also once you get out of your car, walking to the building. Be careful.
I know a lot of the crashes today were actually on overpasses on the highways, and some of even the roads were closed because of ice on the bridges. So definitely make sure you have enough time before work to leave, and try to leave early so you can
take it slow and get there safely.
Yes.